Hi, and welcome back. I'm going to just jump right in. One thing that comes up a lot, and with pretty much every person that's ever been in a relationship with a narcissist or possibly raised by a narcissist, is the question, are they a narcissist? So, saying, am I a narcissist? And the reason why that happens is because it's about projection. So, first of all, if you're asking the question, am I a narcissist? Spoiler alert, you're most likely not. There is something called the self aware narcissist, but they're very rare. And even that person is generally has some kind of agenda or something they want to sort of gain from acknowledging that they are a narcissist. So, very rare. So, generally, if you're already asking that question, I can pretty much tell you you're not. And also, narcissists do not have any self reflection. They're not able to ever look inward. And one of the things I always like to say, it's almost like there's a lockbox. So, whatever brokenness, whatever trauma, whatever terrible things might have happened to them, whatever abuse, it's all so locked away in their core. It is so buried that they can't even see it. They don't understand. So even if they kind of have an inkling of it, it's never about reflecting and looking inward and thinking about their own actions or accountability. It's always projected outward. So if they are even feeling pain, it's you're the cause of it. Everyone else is the cause. Everyone else is the problem. You're making me feel this way. It's always outer. It's always external. There's the internal locus of control, and if you're not a narcissist, you're going to understand that there's things that are happening in you internally that are not directly caused by someone else. Now, certainly that doesn't mean we can't get upset because of something someone might have said or did, but we also know we put ourselves in the equation to at least go through it in some internal way and be able to go, ooh, what's going on with me? What is happening in what is happening inside here? And that's how we're able to take some accountability for how we're feeling and maybe trying to make some changes. So, long story short, if you're asking the question, am I a narcissist? Pretty likely you are not. So I hope that that's reassuring in that sense. The reason why a lot of people think they're narcissists is because they've been told that. A lot of times a narcissist will take the deflection or take it off of themselves and throw it onto you. I always call it like playing hot potato. Like, ooh, I don't want this. You take it. So this idea that you you are this, you are that, you're the problem, you're the abuser. So the same thing with narcissists. They often will call you the narcissist. They will throw that word around. And I know I've said this in an earlier video. This is a word that's thrown around a lot. And it can be trivialized to mean things that aren't narcissism in and of itself. They could be some very smaller behaviors. It could be about vanity, insecurity, all those other things. So when I'm talking about narcissists, whether you're a narcissist or not, we are talking basically the crux of it is the lack of empathy. If you have empathy, you are not a narcissist. That's really the bottom line. If you care about people, if seeing someone in pain, you feel it. If you are all connected to others and feeling that we don't want to see people in pain. We don't want to cause people pain. We all have bad days. We all have times where maybe we don't love our behavior for whatever reason. We're going through a bad time. So obviously, yeah, sometimes we upset people we don't mean to, but we feel remorse. So basically, the lack of empathy, the lack of remorse, the lack of accountability, the inability to have any self-awareness, the inability to look inside, everything's outward, everything's projected. So we are sometimes groomed to think we're narcissists, take the attention off of them, and then we blame ourselves and we think we're the problem. So that is why we sometimes will feel that we are. And the way to really examine that is, first of all, you're asking the question, number one. So big indicator that you're most likely not. Do you have empathy? Do you care about other people? Do you feel for people? Do you not want to harm people on purpose? Do you try not to go to your way to make anyone else feel bad? Are you able to reflect? Do you have accountability? A lot of times, the victims of narcissists almost overcompensate. And what can also happen, and this is something a narcissist is counting on, is you reflect so much that you are basically taking all the emotional responsibility. So it becomes very lopsided. The narcissist has no accountability. They're taking no emotional responsibility whatsoever. You are taking all of it. So you are flooded in this. You are overcompensating. You are the caretaker, the container. You've become a container for all their emotions and everything that's negative and everything they feel bad about. You are holding on to that. And that's why it feels so bad and so awful. And when they're more covert, it's hard to put your finger on, and you just know something's wrong and you don't quite know why, and then you start to internalize it. And this is why, again, getting out of that situation is the only way that you'll start to recover, because as long as you're with that person, you're going to do the second guessing. You're not having the space to heal. You don't have the mental space, the emotional space. Get out of that situation. Get support. Get therapy from somebody who understands the dynamic, particularly covert narcissism, because that's very misunderstood. And a lot of people don't get the dynamic around that. Someone can be very nice, come off as very nice, and they're absolutely a narcissist. I'm going to talk about that, about the difference between nice and kind in another video. But bottom line, if you're asking the question, are you a narcissist? The answer is probably no. I hope this helps, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.